Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to St. Bernard Acres. Got a break from the storms a little bit. You can see how wet it is out here. Holy cow. And windy, but it's not raining at the moment. So we got a little break. We can walk around, see what's happening. The only good thing is everything's getting green. Gonna have to mow pretty soon. That's rather exciting. Raindrops are coming. Dagnabbit. I thought we had a little break here. No way to tell. All right. I know how April works around here, so it's pretty obvious why the septic is not going to happen until the 1st of May. There's just no point in trying to do it all now. I'm gonna try to get down to the bottom of the barn anyway. But anyway, I'm losing track here trying to walk around puddles. There's my tank. That's ready. Man, the weeds are gonna take over. See what's happening back here. There's all my SDR 35 that I'm gonna need to go down to the leach field. Wonder what that looks like now. Because I know we get rain down there and it stays, or not we get rain down there, we get a lot of water down there. I'm surprised they let the leach field do it down here. But, yeah, it looks fine. Might be able to hear the raindrops. But things are getting green. That's all that matters. Wow. Saturday, April 5th. Got today and tomorrow a bunch of rain. And then it's getting cold. I mean, the high Tuesday is 39, I think. Man, what a mess. I think my gimbal battery is starting to die. But there was so much wind and rain that it all blew in here. Not too much, I guess. Now that's interesting. Why would there be wet ground here? Going back out the other way. There's all my infiltrator chambers for the septic, for the leach field. And the risers and the distribution box and the end caps and blah, 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 blah. Everything I need. What's been walking through here? I'm anxious to see the inside of the barn too. I forgot to bring my keys with me, so I got to go back up to the cabin so I can get in there. It's not too bad. Just the wind, you could tell the wind was really bad out here. Let's take a walk back up. Oh, sunlight. Ooh, there's a little bit of sun out here. It's like going to be 72 today. Like I said, this is Saturday. Tuesday, the high is going to be 39. I mean, all of next week's going to be colder. You know, it'd be interesting to check if I have any water inside the house. Why don't we take a peek in there and see what we have? Okay. I don't see signs of water anywhere. That is good. Around the windows, no water. All right. I am anxious to get out here and get started back on this. Man. I mean, it's just, oh, there's a wasp in here. Imagine that. Yeah, what a shock. It's been warm enough, the wasps come out. But everything is just how I left it. I'm really happy that no water got in. Because you got to wonder about these sheds. See if I can do a wider angle. There we go. Now you can see better. See more better inside here. And as soon as it's dry enough, I'm starting on the addition. I want to get the first 8 feet of the addition done because that's where the bathroom and the laundry room is going to be. So that's where plumbing will be. And when I put in the septic, I'll be able to take advantage of it. All right, no rain. I wonder if Alex got rain in his building. We'll go up and take a peek at that. Now, where I dug up the trench for the electric line, you can see all of it running up through there. All of that clay is out again. Man, and that stuff, you step on that and it covers your shoes forever. I hate all that clay. And that's where all the cherry trees were taken out. All right. Let's go to, Alex is getting ready to start working on his again. So we'll take a peek and make sure he has no water or rain in his. He is going to be getting an incinerator toilet for here because he would have to do too much work to put in a septic system. And I think he's too far from my house to tie into my tank. So his best shot is a incinerator toilet and then a gray water pond. Let's peek in here. Well, I see a little sign, not of water, but a stain on the floor. Nothing around the windows. Oh, got some here. Yep. But it didn't come in the window. It came from underneath. Like maybe it blew in. But there is water there. Gonna have to investigate that. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah. See the water down there? And if it's not along here, this is all dry. This is all dry. So evidently it blew in from underneath the bottom plate there. We'll have to check around the siding, see what it did. The siding did it. So, something we got to investigate. But that's the only place I see it, fortunately. So we'll be okay. Looks like some here too. See that? Oh, there's windows open. That probably blew in from all the rain. I didn't realize that. Well, that's something I never noticed. That hole up there. Oh, hear the rain? How did that hole get up there? What the hell? All right, what would have caused that hole? Let me get you off a wide angle. Something like a woodpecker or something. As you can see on the trim out there, that it's been scratched at too. That is also rather interesting. It's too wet to walk around this building. But those are the things you face when you buy these sheds to convert. All right, that's enough outside. The rain kind of chased me inside. So welcome to the cabin out here at St. Bernard Acres. Let's talk a little bit about this channel. I know I haven't posted any kind of update video or anything like that for a couple of weeks. I did a review on something. I got one I got to put up tomorrow, a review on stuff. Maybe I'll make Sunday's product review day, because I've got a half a dozen of them that I promised people I would do, and I haven't, I'll have to start getting them posted. But the meat of this channel is St. Bernard Acres and me, right? The last few months I've been, racking my brain trying to get the money to do this septic system. That's a major, major step that has to be done. So, and I think I got into the habit over the last couple, 3 months of thinking, okay, if I make a bunch of videos, then I'm going to make money off of YouTube, and that's going to help do it. No, it doesn't work that way. I can't believe I fell into thinking that way. I'm not trying to apologize for anything. I'm not trying to apologize for not making videos. I just haven't been in that frame of mind to make videos. Not enough's been going on. I'm working. That's all I'm doing. It seems like it's working now. But the septic is going in. That's the most important thing. That tank and chambers and D-box and all the SDR pipe, all that piping, that's like $4,800. 40 almost $5,000 I've spent on all of that now. I told Bobby we're going to do it within the first 2 weeks of May, so pick a day. I mean, you can't, and there's all this rain. This way April goes. So I'm not planning on doing it in April. And that gives me another month to get the money together to pay him. So, and I will. I'm not saying that I have to wait because of that. I'm waiting for the weather. I will come up with that money one way or the other. I don't care. If I have to work another job. I'm amazed I was able to get $5,000 together to buy everything that I needed. And it's been hard work. It's been a lot of work, a lot of hours of saving money. So we're good. I mean, we got that going. I think with this channel, though, what I've got to do, I'm like reboot the channel, reboot my brain. And it's going to be more concentrated solely on building the house, building the addition. I got this month I want to get the first 8 feet of the 24-foot addition. I want to get the first 8 feet on there because that's going to house the bathroom and it's going to house the utility room with the washer and dryer. So if I can get that first 8 foot done, now I have all the material to do everything except the roof. And I can buy, 8 feet of roofing. I can handle that. We have all the floor. We have the subfloor. We have siding. We have all that. So that will get done this month. Then I can work, once I have to get it all ready, I'd like to get it all tied in with the septic when the septic goes in. So that's this goal for this month. And the videos that are going to be coming out are the actual working on the projects. No more gas station chats, no more just sitting around talking, and because it's fun to do that, but that gets into, I get to thinking, that I owe this something, and I don't owe anything. And what happened was it started not being fun. Right? I need to bring the fun back to doing it. I have fun when I'm out here working on stuff and I'm making progress and I'm showing forward progress. That's where the fun is. Not just sitting around making videos for the sake of making videos. Right? That's a dangerous spot I never wanted to get into, and that's where I was headed. That's why I took a break. It's still, the videos are not going to be every day or every 2 days. On the weekend, I'm going to get to do a little bit of work. And that's all I'm going to get to video. That's all that's going to be uploaded. So for the next month and a half, 2 months, that's what I'm going to get because I have to work so much, And I have to make sure I get all that money I need to pay Bobby. And I will. I mean, there's no question. I'm not saying, okay, if I don't get $1,500 by the 1st of May, I'm going to have to put the septic off for another month. No, it's happening one way or the other. So it's good. And that's the kind of videos you're going to be seeing. Building the addition, building the septic system, installing the plumbing, the toilet, the shower, a rain catchment on the building so I can use the toilet and everything. But yeah, that's going to be my concentration. And like I said, Sundays will be for product. I'll pick a product and review it on Sunday, and that way I fulfill my obligation to these companies that are sending me these things to do, reviews on or introduction videos on. But that's about it. My main reason for coming out here today was I wanted to see, with all of this rain and the wind and the storms, if there was anything inside the house that needed my attention before I went further. If there were leaks somewhere, or, you know, something loose that the wind had knocked loose or something like that. I wanted to make sure, before I proceeded forward, that there wasn't anything I had to fix. So I'm very happy that everything looks good. I have found no problems with the building. Now it's had a major test and it passed everything. I feel more comfortable moving forward, if you know what I mean. Alex says we got a couple issues we got to deal with, but, you know, nothing major, fortunately. And he's going to be working on his. I'm going to be working on his. So there will also be videos coming out of his build and how we're doing it, putting in his incinerator toilet, running electric to his house, you know, because he's going to get his own meter, get his own service that will run over to his house. So that'll be good to see. And I'll be doing all of that, of course. Dad's got to do it all. But it'll be some fun videos. But there are good things coming, so let's stick around and watch it. And, you know, if you're not subscribed, or if you think you're subscribed, double check and make sure, because YouTube's been bouncing people like crazy. But I'm approaching this as like I'm starting my channel over, and gonna go from that point. Gonna reboot the channel. But that's about it, you know. I'm going to be heading back. I got to work tomorrow. You know, I thought about spending the night out here. But it's too hard to get up, try to do anything, and then get back in time to go to work, because I got to be home by noon. You know, I got to go home. I got to take a shower, you know, get ready. I got to work 1 to 9 tomorrow. But after this septic gets in, I don't think I'll be working at the hospital after the end of May. Because this was to get the septic done. That's what the job, I took the job for that. You know, I'll be 68 in May. I'm not feeling obligated to any company. You know, when I'm done with what I can get from that company, I'm out. I will not feel guilty. I spent my entire life being dedicated to the company, and every decision I made was taking the company into consideration. Right? Now, it wasn't the other way. The company didn't give a shit what I did, but that's how I operate. Well, now I'm having, you know, I stayed at the gas station way long. I love that gas station. I want to go back to work there after this. You know, just the short hours I could handle. I needed the hospital because I needed more money. But I don't feel any obligation to them. Right? Whether they like it or not, that's the way part-time retired people, I think, have to look at it. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But anyway, hang around. The channel's going to get a lot better. We're going to have a lot more fun. And it's going to get busy. The weather's finally breaking. Now, once we get out of flood season this month, then we can get back into it. I got a lot of clear to do. I got all kinds of shit to do. But yeah, I might be living out here full time come June. I'll have a bathroom. I'll have a shower. I'll have, you know, a flushing toilet. That's going to be so nice. You know, I might come out here and live and get a part-time job out here. Who knows how that's going to work out. But anyway, I appreciate everybody's been around forever. My subscribers, my supporters. You know, I'm going to try to work on this channel, get some merchandise up, get the Amazon shit up. All this stuff, I need to put all these links in of all the stuff I've been using. Because, you know, I quit doing that, and I don't make any money off Amazon anymore either. Nobody buys anything. Because I forget to do that kind of stuff. I haven't paid enough attention to the channel for a while. So I got to do more of that. But yeah, we'll get it going. I appreciate everybody hanging out. It means the world to me. And I will see you on the next video. This is Joe out here in the cabin where it belongs. I'm out.